I'm Giovanna. Sous Chef have asked me to do some barbecue recipes that maybe you haven't thought of before, so I'm here in Sous Chef founder Nicola's gorgeous North London garden. As you will probably hear, as in most of North London, there is a lot of construction work going on, but that's just like a realistic setting for a London barbecue. So we've got one of these beautiful little tabletop barbecues here, and I'm going to show you how to barbecue some fruit. This is the thing you might not have thought of before. I love barbecuing fruit. It really brings lots of different fruits to life, and there's lots of different ways that you can use them, and they make for like a beautiful, beautiful barbecue dessert. It's a really great way to finish off a barbecue. These little tabletop barbecues are excellent. They're really sociable. You can put them in the middle of a table, as you've got here. Everyone can do some of the legwork for you. You're not sitting over the barbecue all afternoon, and it's a really nice sociable way to finish off a meal. So the first thing that you need to do when barbecuing most fruit, I'd say, and vegetables really, is just to oil the barbecue. Now, what will happen is, because of the fat, it will flare up a bit, but don't panic. And all we're gonna do with these is literally just put them cut side down first onto your little tabletop barbecue, give them a little press down. We're gonna get those lovely little ridges on them. So once you've got a really good char on both sides and they're sort of starting to soften, you can take them off. Some of them have got like quite a good char on the bottom, so you could like slip them out of their skins if you wanted to. So once you've got them off the barbecue, you do want to leave them to sit for a little while. The juices will release slightly, they'll kind of self-sauce. You can just slip them out of their skins if you want to, if you're not a fan of like the kind of charred skin. I really like them, it's completely up to you. Have them however you want. I'm just gonna drizzle over some of my hot honey, which is super, super simple to make. It's literally just honey heated up a little bit on the stove, or actually you could heat it up in a pan over the barbecue with some chili flakes. So we've used Aleppo pepper flakes here. They've got this lovely like mellow spice to them that comes through at the end, so this works really well. It's not a huge punch in the face. So these are my peaches with hot honey. Give it a try for your next barbecue. They're super easy, everybody tends to love them. Now, if you've got amazing peak season, pick your own strawberries, I do not recommend using them for this recipe. This is definitely for something that you have some slightly underwhelming strawberries, or strawberries that have got a bit soft, that need a bit of a zhuzh. For this method, we're going to use indirect heat. So basically all that means is that you're putting something between the heat source and the fruit itself, so you're not directly putting them onto the grill or the coals. So I've sort of fashioned this boat of tin foil. You could use a tray like this, but this is so beautiful that we don't want to ruin it. But a tin foil boat like this is delightful, or one of those kind of disposable aluminium trays, and then you can just recycle it afterwards. So I'm just going to pop our boat onto the barbecue here, and then these, which have been macerated, are going to go straight in here with all of the juices that you've got left over, so you will have some. And essentially what it's going to do is cook the strawberries in its own juices. The reason that you'd want to do this on the barbecue, first of all, you get a beautiful flavour, you get kind of the smokiness, and also you can just literally leave them. You can leave them for, depending on how hot your barbecue is. I've got this quite hot because you kind of essentially want to get the juices really hot, and they'll caramelise underneath the strawberries for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how hot your barbecue is. So you'll see all the juice will start to come out of them, and you get this beautiful sauce. Try not to move them around too much, just make sure that they're cooking evenly, because they do get quite soft. So just gently give them a little move around. This is totally optional, but I love a little bit of balsamic vinegar drizzled on these. It really does add to the flavour. I know that people bang on about it all the time, but it's because it's true. So once they've been on for like around 10 minutes, possibly 15, depending on the temperature, you'll see all the lovely juices start to come out of them. They'll end up almost like a jam sort of situation. You can take them as far as you want to. You can take them a little bit further than I have if you want, and they'll really caramelise. But at this point, I quite like how they are, so we're going to plate up. Make a little mascarpone base for our strawberries. Then I'm just going to serve our strawberries on top of the mascarpone, and it'll pool beautifully with some of that gorgeous juice. Pistachios and strawberries work really well together, and it's lovely to have a little bit of texture in this dish. So there you go, my version of strawberries and cream, strawberries on the barbecue. A really, really easy and beautiful end to a barbecue. Perfect dessert, everyone will love it. Give it a try. So I'm just going to show you how we prep the pineapple for a barbecue. I'm going to show you how to barbecue a whole pineapple. So if it's on the slightly smaller side, that's slightly better, but if it's bigger, no problem. You can just spend a bit more time barbecuing it. You want to look for the ripest pineapple you can find, although it will be sweetened up on the barbecue, so don't worry if you can't find a super ripe one. If you want to, you can leave the top on for aesthetics. I'm going to take it off because it does tend to burn, so you just take it all the way through and then take the bottom off so you've got a sturdy surface. Because we're going to barbecue this whole, we're not going to take the core out. So all you want to do, take your knife down and peel. Try not to take too much of the fruit with it, but to get rid of those little eyes. If you've got some little eye sections left over, just try and get a couple more of those out. It doesn't matter if you've got some of them left in, they're not going to come to any harm. There you go. Once you've prepared your pineapple, you can just get it on the barbecue. This requires quite a long process if you're cooking it whole, but you just have to be a bit patient. The best way to do it is just pop back to it every 10 minutes or so and just give it a turn. And every time you turn it, if you want to, you can give it a baste with my rum butter baste. The rum butter baste is super easy. All you need to do is melt together some butter, some brown sugar and some rum, and it just gives the pineapple the most amazing flavour, and you end up with this incredible sauce. Once your pineapple has had plenty of time to cook and it's really soft and juicy all the way through, you can just pop it on a plate and pour over any of the remaining sauce that you have, and you're ready to go.